The front, and we can see Lotto Dynasty starting to move up here with Intermarché 1-2 really fighting now, and it's a fight to get to this corner, the right-hander, and then the second right-hander. We can see the GC men, the moment we went through the 4 kilometres, they started to back off and losing quite a lot of positions. It's now the GC men with their lead-out men in the big fight.
Right turn coming up, the first one's round a roundabout, and then it's a real 90-degree, Robbie, as Intermarché on the front.
They're on the front, but looking comfortable, poised right behind them. Look at all the riders of Lotto Destiny. They've taken out part of this roundabout, make an easier passage there to the right. It's now 400 metres to what is essentially the final proper corner of this race. 2.3k to go. They'll swing to the right as well. Arnaud Delis now in third position, hands on the top of the bars, just looking all so powerful, but the rest all battling to get back up to the front. Victor Campenaerts coming around the middle of the road, and the big sprint trains we've talked about, well, there's Stoven. He's got Pedersen, also another team up for Little Trek with him. This is that final corner, 2.3k to go, and they're straightening up towards the finish.
2.3 kilometres to the finish. The pace is on with Victor Campenaerts in the red. Behind, Mark Cavendish has not been in a better position for a long time coming into the final couple of Ks to try and win a stage at the Tour de France. If he gets this one, it's number 35 and he will have the record. But there's so many competitors and contenders in there. A few of them who have to move up, including Dylan Groenewegen, who is a little bit boxed back, Robbie.
And including Philipsen. He's in about 40th position. Oh, there's bumping there. Bisseka trying to push his way out past Israel Premier left side. Now they come Alpecin de Koenig bringing Jasper Philipsen. Gaviria, Bennett also tracking those wheels. Gourmet on the extreme left of the picture. So all coming together. Philipsen, Bennett, Gourmet left side with Lotto Destiny, Arnaud Delis, Mark Cavendish right in the middle.
What a bit of work that was from Alpecin de Koenig to bring them to the front. On the left-hand side, Christoph's being brought into position now. 1.5 kilometres to go, and there will be rarely a better opportunity. Mark Cavendish, a shot at glory, a chance for immortality in cycling terms. Coming up to the Flamme Rouge, roundabout to go through, but it's straight across the middle of it. It's flattened out, and here we go, 1,000 metres, Sean. It is time to go. It's time to sprint.
Yes, it is time to get into good position. Certainly not to start your sprint, but be in that position now as we go into this final run to the line. But we can see Alpecin de Koenig in a great position here. But you have to hold that position as well. Mathieu van der Poel here also. He is vital if he can get to the position where he leads out his sprinter.
Merco is just a couple of wheels behind Cavendish at 750 metres to the line. A reminder they're approaching the final 100 metres into a headwind, and 500 metres against the wind is a long 500 metres. Left-hand side, you can see it going. They still can't see the finish. That comes with 250 metres just left to go. On the left-hand side, it's Mars Pedersen's team who are starting the sprint. His team is behind now. It's now Mathieu van der Poel on the right-hand side. There is Mark Cavendish following the wheels. He's going to have to go off the wheel of Ackermann if he's going to do it. Marijn van den Berg is there as well. Only now they will start to see the finish line. It's slightly uphill, and there is Mark Cavendish. There is Mark Cavendish through the centre. He's hit the front here. Mark Cavendish is there. There's a crash behind. Mark Cavendish. This is history. This is history. First there was Max. Now it's Mark Cavendish standing on the shoulders of giants. The Tour de France and the greatest of all time. One record breaker now stands alone. Mark Cavendish has 35 stage wins, more than anybody who ever came before. Most doubted, he believed, a day he and we will never ever forget. The record belongs to Mark Cavendish. We watch, we enjoy, we sit absolutely stunned.
And stunned is the word. Absolutely stunning the way I've watched Mark Cavendish weave his way through like days gone by. We haven't seen it for a while, and finally Mark Cavendish, elbows out, protected himself all the way, and he just dominated that sprint from even back in 8th, 9th position, and he changed his line away from Jasper Philipsen. He said, I'm going back to the left. I need it to open up for me. He followed the slipstream of Bennett, and as they came around that final bend, the ways parted. Cavendish had a quick look to the side over his shoulder and went with everything he has ever had in those legs, and it's 35 for Cav.
Sean Kelly, can you believe what you have just seen?
Well, amazing, and you know, we know Cavendish over his career, positioning, he's able to just, you know, get himself into a position. If he's in that good position going into the sprint, he can, you know, pick his line, and again today he does it and gets the record. And you know, after what he's been through in the last number of days, to be able to do this, you know, a big champion, and he proves it once again at this point in his career.
You had that feeling. It looked like it was all coming together. And this is how it did come together. He was positioned, but he followed the wheels himself, Sean.
Yes, we can see him here just, you know, waiting and just looking around, sticking the elbows out, and then, you know, just keeping the position until he needed to kick the sprint. When he felt it was the time to go, when he kicks off. But look at the power he has here also, you know, impressive.
Arms in the air. Mark Cavendish standing on the shoulders of giants, pushing it to new boundaries, going further than anybody had ever gone before. That's the moment. One for the history books. Let's get some instant reaction.
Mark Cavendish writing history in the Tour de France, hocking Case Ball for the lead out. And Case Ball, we are live on Eurosport. Can we get Case, can we get a quick reaction?
Oh yeah, messy sprint, but he fucking nailed it. Sorry.
Nailed it. You're historical.
It's great. Oh.
This is what it means. This is what it means. Case Ball making history with Mark Cavendish. Astana, they did it already here on the stage 5. Make sure you stay on our coverage for more content on the ground.
Pas au milieu des coureurs, merci. Allez, laisse-le là.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have just been witness to a moment of history. Not only in cycling, but in all of sport. The greatest sprinter to ever grace the greatest bike race of them all has printed his name solo in the record books with more stage wins than anyone who has gone before him. And all against the ever-stacking odds, crashing out of the Tour last year. He had only already come back after being written off a whole 7 years ago. He survived depression, physical illness, had already suffered heat exhaustion in this year's race. This is a man who has known more highs and lows of this sport than almost any, and this today is his final ultimate prize. One stage win is enough to make the career of any rider. 35 is enough